The Whispering Tunnels, 1998, Edinburgh, Scotland. It started with a sound so soft, so impossibly delicate, that the first man who heard it thought it was just the wind slipping through the cracks of the old stone. But by the end of that cold October week in 1998, Edinburgh's forgotten underground tunnels, sealed for decades beneath layers of paving stones and history, had begun to whisper. And dozens of people claimed they heard the voices calling to them. It began with a maintenance worker named Alistair, down there to inspect a drainage issue beneath the Royal Mile. He described the moment with a tremor in his voice. "I heard someone say my name from behind me, but when I turned around, the tunnel was empty." He tried to laugh it off, but something about the way the sound curled around him, close, intimate, left him rattled. A day later, 2 university students sneaked inside through a service hatch, chasing a local legend. They joked and filmed each other with a cheap camcorder, right up until their laughter froze in their throats. Because the tunnel whispered back. Not words at first, just breathy, overlapping murmurs, like a crowd whispering behind a closed door. But then, unmistakably, "Help us." Word spread fast. Paranormal groups arrived with audio recorders. City officials insisted it was air pressure, or echoes, or distant voices carrying through ancient stone. But the people who went in swore the whispers weren't coming from far away. They were coming from just inches off their shoulders. The turning point came when a group of 4 investigators ventured in with microphones. Halfway down the tunnel, their equipment malfunctioned. Batteries drained instantly. Lights flickered out. And the whispers rose. Not quiet this time. Urgent, layered voices, overlapping in a way no living throat could make. Some voices sounded young, others old, some sad, some angry, and then a final phrase, clear enough to freeze blood. "We're still here." When the group fled back into the daylight, one of them, normally composed rational, fell to his knees in the street, sobbing. He claimed he felt something rush past him in the dark, as if invisible hands were brushing his shoulders, guiding him away. Historians had an explanation. Sort of. Beneath Edinburgh lies a maze of abandoned vaults, old streets, and sealed chambers once used by merchants, and later by the desperate. Fires, plagues, poverty, centuries of hardships had seeped into those stones. Maybe, they said, the whispers were just echoes of a city's forgotten past. But the whispers stopped as suddenly as they began. One week, they filled the tunnels. The next, silence. As if whatever had stirred beneath the streets had finally spoken its piece. And gone quiet. Or perhaps some say, they're simply waiting for the right person to wander close enough to hear them again. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.